Bam! Welcome back to Superchill, everybody. We're playing some more VISCERA cleanup detail. God, we've still got so much mess to clean up. But you know what? I can't remember the last time I played this game. It must have been literally years ago, and I'm starting to appreciate why people like it. God, it is just busy work. But then again, aren't all computer games just busy work? I think that's the thing. Okay, right, you're a bigger chunk. We'll just throw you in. Like, that was the moment. So years ago, when I was at university for the first time, I was doing a computer game design course, and where you were learning to make computer games. I dropped out after a year because that was a terrible idea, because I hate programming. And it turns out, if you want to design computer games, you've got to do a lot of programming. And I like the idea of that. You know, I think I'd be a good, like, writer or producer or something like that for making games, but not a coder. You know, I think broad strokes, I feel like I could do. You know, put some ideas together. Like, I don't know, I think just because from playing lots of games, so this is in direct conflict from what we had said in the previous one, but, you know, depending on my mood, my mind changes all the time. But, like, play a lot of games, and they played lots and lots of games. Like, I'd say, easily, we'll play over, like, maybe it isn't that big a brag. It's not really a brag, it's more of a statement. Over 100 different games every year. Like, not to completion, and probably even more than that. But I think a safe guesstimate would be 100 games a year. I probably put out, let's say, 50 different games on the channel. Actually, that'd be interesting. Maybe it's less than that. I'd be curious. I could probably find that out. That wouldn't take a lot of data entry to actually work out. But play lots and lots of different games. You know, a lot of it is just like testing to see, you know, would this be good for videos? Could this be funny? Is there a funny angle you could take on it to make a video fun? Is how a lot of, like, that testing goes. And so, like, although I don't know if I could actually come up with a good idea for a game, I kind of feel like looking at a game and making some tweaks, which is where I think, like, being a producer, like, little quality of life stuff that could be added to games. Like, it just blows my mind. Tiny little things that you can miss. Like, stuff like let's say you've got a game where you can sell stuff. You know, if you don't have a sell all or a take all button from looting, like, why do people make games and they don't put that in nowadays? Like, blows my mind. But it still happens. And that's what I'd like to do. That's how I'd like to be involved in computer games. Doing that. Coming in at the last bit and, you know, stick my oar in and then take all the credit. Is that okay? That's the dream. No, that's not the dream at all. Oh God. Oh, come on. But I think, like, you know, after when YouTube's done, when I'm all, like, burnt out and just like a husk, I think that's kind of like where I'd like to go. What I'd like to do, because, you know, I'm under no illusion. There's like a lifespan on being able to do, you know, videos and content and stuff, and I think, you know, using the knowledge accrued from doing this would, yeah, we'd really like to move into, like, that job. If someone wants to have a games producer, if you look for a big games company, or even just like a small games company, is that meat? It is meat. If you want someone to come and take a look at your game, hit me up. You know what? Curious. Not that my info would be any good, but yeah, I'd be down with that. Or maybe we just like pivot, you know, leave the YouTube stuff behind. God, because how long does YouTube even have left? Like, the more and more it changes, it's surely there's got to be an amount of time until a new YouTube platform type thing comes along. You know, like Twitch is already doing a great job. So many people moved over to doing Twitch instead just because it monetizes better, how people watch stuff is different. You know, just having a background stream on, yeah, it just makes more sense. But then again, I guess like Twitch has got all its DMCA problems at the moment, and so maybe something's going to come and replace Twitch at some point. I don't know. You don't know what the next thing is going to be, ever, do you? Like with games, man, predicting what is like the next big game. Who would have thought, you know, we went from, you know, Fortnite being like the hottest game that everyone loves, that's how you got to make your content, to, you know, Fall Guys came out and everyone's like, oh, Fall Guys? Is this the new thing? Is this what people are going to be into? Oh, come on, why are you just putting blood down? That's not what I want. But then, almost immediately, Fall Guys was gone, and now, Among Us is the new big thing, and God, like, that game came out, like, 3 years ago. Let's just take the presents. But people love it, and, you know, we're just going to see a whole spate of, like, copycat games, like, all the hidden role games in the world coming out. Because everyone wants those sweet Among Us players coming in. Because do the kids play Fortnite anymore? Is it just, do they just play Among Us now? Yeah, God, I don't quite know how we got onto that topic, but that's the nature of Superchill. It's just Tangent City. But yeah, so maybe changing platform rather than just like giving up this thing that I do, like, not, I think, you know, what's the best way to put it? Being an internet personality. Moving over to, like, you know, do a podcast. God, everyone's made a podcast now. Who doesn't have a podcast? I bet your mum right now is podcasting about something. I don't know, Ben and I were talking about, you know, should we try doing a podcast? We were gearing up to do a role-playing podcast this year as well. God, that was like one of the other like big projects that everybody wants to work on. And then with lockdown, it all fell apart because we couldn't record it. We wanted to make some tweaks, and we would like change the system maybe, kind of mess with the people's characters a little bit, re-record stuff that we'd done. And so we took like a couple of weeks break, and then after a few more weeks, then we were locked down, and then a few weeks turned into a few months, and then meeting up to do it because we wanted to record it in person became harder, and God, it was just a nightmare. And yeah, really wanted to do that, but we couldn't. And so I think, like, you know, because like I don't really play many computer games for fun outside of, like, I don't do it as like a relaxation thing anymore because, you know, as dumb a job as it is, like, when you've been playing games for work, and, like, it's not like just playing games. You are having to, like, you know, find the game, find a more entertaining way to do it, you know, get an angle, then chat over the top of it, so it isn't just kind of like a relaxation thing. You know, it's definitely work. It's easy work that any talking monkey could do. But then it means that I don't really want to then play games at the end of the day when I go home. Unless it's a game that I know that I'm really into and I know would never work for videos. Or, I don't know, sometimes I really get into it. Like, when Creeper World 4 came out, like, I love the Creeper World games, like, God, it's kind of repetitive, but it's a fun tower defense sort of thing, and just, God, I don't know, it just does something for me. And so I did just sit and play through the entire Creeper World campaign. Like, just plan to fire it up and then maybe do some recording, but was like, you know what, I'm just gonna play it. And then just stayed up until silly o'clock in the morning. And you know what, we'll just put you into the fire. There you go. But yeah, I've been playing Cyberpunk recently, as well, because that was a hot new game that came out, and you know, although that could have been one that to stream or do some videos, I think it's one of those weird mixes of a lot of people want to play it, and so either they are playing it and so they won't watch it at the time, or they haven't got it yet, but they know they're gonna get it, you know, pick it up, especially if like a Christmas break is coming up, or they're waiting to buy a PlayStation 5 and play it on that when they become available and the fucking scalpers haven't stolen them all. Then yeah, like was like, no, I won't do Cyberpunk. Also, everyone in the world will be covering it. Once again, your mum, her podcast is all about her playthrough, her YouTube playthrough of Cyberpunk. And so yeah, it was a game that I knew I was never gonna do videos on, and so that made it easier to just play and just enjoy. And you know what? For all its the buggy, flawed mess, I have really enjoyed it so far. I haven't finished it. I've only played like 10 hours or something. No, I played more than that. Maybe like 20 hours. God, because it has destroyed my sleep schedule. Like, I start playing at like 2 in the morning and then go to bed at like 10. And yeah, so just living in the nightmare realm of the Twilight. Yeah, God, I need to get that sorted out because it is, yeah, real bad. And you know, not good mentally at all. Like, the only daylight I see is just before I go to bed. Woof. Not the way to live. Although I guess, like, if you're like an owl, you probably love that shit. But owl, I am not. Just a grumpy man. Yeah, we were like rocking up to do this. Oh, we should get some buckets for these guys to do some role-playing stuff, which was really hot for. As God, like, I'm not sure if you know this about me, but dice and role-playing games. God, they're some of my absolute passions. And yeah, like a few new role-playing games have come out, and want to give those a go. We want to do a podcast of it. I even started writing my own role-playing system, like kind of 2, in fact. Like one which would be a bit like straighter, just a bit more of, like a bit more bland, but just basically make a mechanical system which just does all the things that I like. As when we were planning for this role-playing podcast, had chosen a system. God, I feel like the frame rate is dropping really badly. Yeah, like we had started playing a role-playing system, the Forbidden Lands system, because that was the last campaign that I'd run, and some of the players, when this wasn't for videos or anything, we were just doing some role-playing. Some of the players had played in that, and that was great, and so they all knew the system, and I liked it because there was like good character customization and stuff. But then when we were playing it, recording it, realized that, like, God, actually, like, I'm already tweaking rules and like fudging stuff, and there's bits that I don't like in it. So maybe we should try a different system. And was looking around, and kind of generally do it in every role-playing system that I play, is like, we'll make some adaptations, because there'll be some mechanic in there that I'm not a big fan of. Like, it could be as small as how they handle carry capacity or something like that, up to, you know, how taking damage and dying works, or character creation or something like that. And yeah, it just kind of got to the point of, like, when we were taking a break on doing the role-playing podcast, it was just like, instead of like fudging together the rules of these other systems and making little tweaks and not actually playing them properly and having to keep adapting them, why don't I just like take all the mechanics that I like from all these different games and just make my own system? And so yeah, I started like mapping that out, and to be honest, I could have worked a lot harder on it over, you know, the lockdown times, because, you know, what else are you gonna do? What else? And yeah, didn't actually get all that far. I still would kind of like to do it. I still think it'd be a fun project to work on, and see how that goes. But God, I don't know. I'm not sure if like if this makes sense. Maybe it's just me being crazy. Like, I do just like reading role-playing books, and you know, it's nice to play like a system that is kind of like supported, and they release like little expansion books and new character classes and stuff, and I don't know, I think that's more fun. Like, being able to follow and play along and, you know, see what other people are doing with the system than making my own, and playing my own system. Even though we do end up like adapting something. If we play Dungeons and Dragons, we're going to make loads of tweaks to it. But, you know, it's fun to be able to read about what other people are doing, you know, see how the rest of the world of, like, D&D, for example, is moving forwards. Look at other people's playthroughs and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going with that, but it was one of the things that put me off playing my own system is, you know, I want to be excited for, like, a pre-existing one. But, I don't know, it might still happen. Maybe this year we'll get onto it. If I can sort out the audio stuff, the audio problems that we were having before, of, like, little bits of delay. I've never really done a lot of online role-playing, but there's, like, so many good communities for doing it. Would really like to get involved in doing that, just scratching an itch, because, like, getting the people together in person can be a pain. Once you're all going, it's great, but, you know, when there's been so many upheavals this year, it has made it just impossible to organize people together for something. And yeah, just miss it. Just really miss it, man. I think it's one of the things contributing to the, you know, the kind of going a bit crazy. God, do I have to take all of those baubles down? Please say no. Oh, I hate that. Yeah, just not being able to do stuff like that. Like, you know, we had like a good group of friends that we were doing some like fun role-playing times with, playing some different systems, you know, a bunch of different characters, different styles of thing. Oh, God. And, oh, wow. Yeah, like not doing that, but still, you know, reading lots of different role-playing systems meant that, you know, I had the urges, really wanted to give it a go, but couldn't. Sad boys. Oh, this is just annoying as heck. Wait, if I just smash them? God, that's much quicker. Yeah, this is much quicker. We'll clean up the rest of the mess in a minute. Oh, there's a box. Oh, do I need a stool? I've like... Oh no, we're good. Oh, there's like a little boy on the ceiling. Wow, this bit is... God, this is worse than just like the mopping. It's so annoying. Please. But yeah, I think it would be fun to make a role-playing game. Like, having like a couple of like different ideas in mind, or you know, either do it like mechanically, or I'd really like to do like a very like dice-based one. But you know, really abstract. Like, oh god, let's just burn this. You know, I think just as more time goes by, I kind of like lean more towards like lighter and lighter role-playing games. Like, I just don't really have the enthusiasm for really like crunchy, like mechanically heavy games. Like, I don't care if your broadsword does 8 plus 2d6 damage and your greatsword is 10 plus a d6 and a d8. Like, I don't need that in my life. I just want, like, you know, hit thing with sword if that's what you want to do, and you know, then have some mechanics around that, but not getting too bogged down in the minutiae of, okay, you're stood on gravel, but your shoes are more snowshoes, and so you have a minus D3 because you had like a burrito for lunch, and you're not entirely sure if it was okay. You put it in the microwave, but you didn't properly heat it through, and it had been left in the sun for a bit. Roll for poopy time. Like, I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. What is this? What am I looking at? Oh, it's Rudolph's nose. Hello. That feels bad. Someone cut that off. I feel like you'd take that with you as a memento. God, that's a psychopathic thing to say. If I was here murdering stuff, would you not take Rudolph's nose as a memento? I think I would. But yeah, playing like lighter games, doing like different stuff. I think one of the reasons is a bit like I said about just oh, it's like sneaky shotgun shell. A bit like computer games. Like, I like to try a lot of different things out. Like, years back, we played like a few different systems. Like we started out basically with D&D, moved over to Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, and then played that for a while. Mixed around a little bit. Had tried out some bits and bobs. What are you? Oh, it's like a little dart. Is that gonna explode? Or is it just like Nerf gun stuff? God damn, those antlers are like the most annoying guys. Yeah, but then when we discovered the GURPS system, the generic universal role-playing system, and when we started playing that, I'd say for a good 8 years, maybe less, we just didn't play. We didn't play another system. That's all we played. Because it's like a universal system, and they had like source books, so you could play. You know, we'd played World War II. We'd done superheroes, like steampunk, for like fantasy games you could do in GURPS. Bunnies and Burrows, the infamous Watership Down role-playing setting where you get to play as rabbits. Tons of stuff, and just absolutely loved it. But like nowadays, like I really like kind of seeing different games, different mechanics. I think, you know, it's a bit like when you've played a lot of games. You know, when you're playing D&D, once you've played kind of all the different classes, if you're playing like a more strict fantasy setting, I don't know, you kind of want to mix it up, and so it's why I like to try out different systems, because often different systems will have different settings and let you specialize in other things or have cooler, different abilities. And yeah, so find it much harder to stick with just one system now, like we did in the past. I think maybe like because it's been a while since we've played like a really long campaign. You know, we generally do like shorter ones these days. Like, you know, a story will be 6 to 8 sessions, or we'll be doing just like 1 shots or 2 shots of games. Just because it's easier to wrangle people together for. Oh, come on, enough with the body parts. You're gonna dirty my clean floor. But yeah, I don't know. I think just I've had, like, you know, like a year of just dreaming about, or, you know, not quite a year, just under a year, of like all these different things that, you know, want to be doing, and, you know, not really either had the opportunity or the chance, or it's kind of like the enthusiasm, you know, just like the monotony. God, it fucking wears you down. I'm not sure about you. Maybe you found it totally chill, but God, definitely did not enjoy. Bonk. There you go. Meat. Go. But yeah, this isn't just meant to be like lamenting on the sad times. It's meant to be, oh, talking about the positives. Dynamite. This go in the bin? Probably is the answer. Is there any like little elf bits? They're bigger. Oh, bottles. We could probably. Oh, fire bottle. Right. Watch out. Run. Okay, well, we gave that a little rejig. Okay, it's a bit wonky, but I kind of like it. Okay, this trunk. Maybe I should have been using this for collecting stuff, but you can just go in the fire. Oh, did we scatter, like, all the insides of that box? I think that music is gonna drive me mad. Wow, we are, like, close to being done. I think as long as I can get, like, I don't know, like, 90%. I don't particularly care about getting 100% because I know there's gonna be something sat somewhere, oops, that we did not find, that we did not pick up. And so we'll just ignore that. But, you know, if we can do like a once over of the rooms and have like a rough idea that it is all looking good, yeah, would be super down with that. Oh, can I just take this whole bucket? Nice. Yeah, so coming up in the new year, just to like recap a little bit, not that we're ending anytime soon because there's still so much cleaning to do. You know, definitely getting more multiplayer stuff going on. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I want to do a couple of like weirder, wackier videos to go with just sort of like gameplay stuff. We'll put some, I don't know, like dumber content out. I think like, you know, doing less kind of like freeform stuff that has like a vague plan, trying out some more scripted out content. I thought I saw a gun out there. Oh wait, did just everything fall out of the box? Yeah, do some more like kind of scripted sort of content. I think would be fun. Like, you know, videos with a format. Oh, that's just the Molotovs. In you go. Alley-oop. Oh, okay. I thought that was gonna smash, but maybe not. Maybe we should have kept. Maybe we should keep the lamp, but not today. Okay, right. We've got to start like mopping. Oh. Oh, there was already a bucket in there. Okay, that's fine. Okay, right. Let's try and get the stables cleaned up. God, we're gonna need more than one bucket. Yep, there's blood everywhere. I could have worked that one out myself, Sniffertron. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna get back into like more multiplayer stuff, and yeah, try out some like, I don't know, like more highly edited videos. You know, more like themed, more, you know, with a stricter purpose rather than it being a bit more meandering. Just make them like tighter. Because I guess like Superchill is the loosest of videos. Like this is basically a kind of like a stream with no like interaction. Please don't spill. That's fine. It's, you know, further away from where we were. Oh god, just the fact that it's like the longest walk makes it annoying. That is no help. Please stop putting meat in the dispenser guy. Come on, I literally just said no more meat. But yeah, some more highly edited content. You know, some more like well planned out stuff rather than meandery things. Because although, oh god, you know, like the long series could be fun. You know, it's not great for keeping people watching. You know, because you generally lose just viewers over time on any series, and so keeping it a bit tighter, or like, you know, if you are doing a continuation like a city builder, because I think just nowadays people just don't really go to YouTube for that stuff. Fuck. Although, you know, I'm sure people will instantly disagree. Like that stuff, I feel like it just works better for Twitch, like long form playthroughs. Like that's just where you should be doing it. You know, I think people. That's not what I wanted. God! Oh. Is it my body that I have to keep cleaning up? Oh, every time it has just been my body. Oh, that makes way more sense. Right, I finally solved the riddle. I'm sure people definitely pointed that out to me before, but you know, I don't know this game super well. Cut me some slack, guy. It takes us a while to get there, but eventually we do. Like a very, very slow train. You know, we gotta like spool up. That's not what trains do. We're on like the part 2 Superchill. Normally I don't go this long because yeah, you know, I mentioned before, kind of just like run out of talking points. We kind of like meandered around a whole load, and now the madness kicks in because after a while it feels like you're kind of just talking into the void.